Look, fair. Now we're
You brought
live.
me here.
Mm. Mm.
Oh my god, it's a big face. That's the
Cameras, hello. Mm. That is a scary Totoro face. Welcome.
Yeah, that's the one.
Welcome. Hello, friends, foes, and familiars. I am Dragons at Cat, and I'm going to be your host of Dragons Brew D&D tonight as I send my friends here through a wonderful, grueling experience of draconic tyranny in Dragons Brew, which is heavily based off the Tyranny of Dragons plotline. So, with that, let's dive into tonight's round. Let's start off with Joygasm. Give us an introduction to yourself and one thing you remember about last session.
Hello. So we're 10 more episodes away from the big 100, the special edition episode, I'm sure. I'm sure there'll be specials and things on that. Oi, Boneweave with a 20-month streak. That's amazing. That's a lot of months. I can't even count that many on my fingers. That's so many.
That's why you got toes.
Oh, I can count perfectly to 20 with that. That's good. Thank you very much, Bonewave, supporting the stream for 20 months.
What are you going to do next week then?
What do you mean?
Are you going to count 21?
What next
Why?
week? Next month?
Yeah, that one.
You know, I got one more thing I can count. Last week, I don't really remember that much, to be honest. It was a big round table of discussion, and we're pretty much going to go to war, and let's do it.
Brilliant. Next up, let's go to 100 episodes. That's right. It'll be a clip show, of course.
100-hour stream.
100-hour clip show. Next up, let's go to V playing. Who are you playing, and what do you remember from last session?
Hi, I'm Viridian Knight. I play Macaff, the draconic sorcerer. Once guest, now maybe permanent party member. We don't know until she decides to go on another 3-year quest to go find herself.
That's the plan.
Last week, probably my favorite part was Macaff returned from her big long adventure, and the first thing Belvin does, the charming and romantic man that he is take Macaff to a forge and not even do anything. We just chill.
It's because there was people in there.
So, that happened, and Macaff was also then requested by Casimir to help with some information. So, who knows what Macaff's going to be like tonight? She's tired.
Well, hopefully. Well, since he's not listening, Belva can send us through what his intentions are for this week on Dragons Brew D&D. But let's go to Bonewing first, and thank you so much for that resource, buddy.
Well, so yeah, while Macath and Belvin were having a date, Casimir's like, nah, we got work to do. Come on. So we went and deciphered some ancient scrolls with Macath's friendly white dragon. We got some juicy lore on like Tiamat, and a dagger that can stop time, I believe.
But the tea on dragons.
All that good stuff.
All that good stuff.
All that good stuff. And since he wasn't paying attention before, let's go down to BM Curfew.
Hello, playing Belvin, the Dragonborn Paladin, and last week we had a meeting with the council and yeah, pretty much just deciding on how everyone's going to war.
And with that, let's dive on into tonight's episode of Dragons Brew D&D, episode 90. The precursor to Rocks Falling. which we'd like to call... Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to call it anything. So, the council meeting has just wrapped up. You have been taken out of the chamber. Better. You've been taken out of the chamber and now stand in the large hall that you stood in previously, with the oak mahogany walls, to which you were then escorted out down towards the chamber that leads to the little alcove where a teleportation circle rests. As you were leaving, approaching up behind, you could hear the sound of the clank of the half-plate armor. Tink, tink, tink. As you turn around, you see the half-elf, horribly burnt Elvian, the Griffin Master of the Griffin Cavalry. Lord Sandstorm, please wait for a sec.
What do you want? What do you want?
As you mentioned before, this team you want to put together.
Oh, yes, the team.
Well, while you were in the summit, I got a letter to a few of my best warriors. And with a couple of strings pulled through command, we gathered some of our fallen companions' rings. And I'd like to offer you these 6 rings.
What do the rings do?
When it comes time, it'll help you bond to your griffin. The one that picks you. The one that you decide to pick as well. Or connect you with them. Also ensures you don't fall to your death from their back.
Oh. So magic elements in this ring.
Of course. It's a griffin cavalry. You don't mess around.
That's something Riverguard could use.
Come back to me when you can. While our forces mobilize. That's right. We'll be... I've already heard the news, and we'll be joining you in the battle to come. A small squad will be joining.
Yeah, I'm sure we could use them for the fight.
Of course. Let me know when you have time, and I can take you to the nest.
Oh, I've got time now, actually. If I can cancel my next meeting. It's only a war meeting with the Riverguard. They don't need me there.
Ikram just stares at you. Mate.
So are you walking back, are you?
Mate, just pick me up. Nah. We need to go here. If it's here, we need to go before we leave. And we can come. Maybe we can all go backwards.
Casimir looks at his watch, like, how long's it going to take? Got a busy schedule, mate.
And I just like look at Casimir say that, and I look at the guy and go, "Well, how long?"
The griffin nest is over at Castle Waterdeep, and it's on the other side of Mount Waterdeep from here. The Paragon Paris to the castle itself. The stable where we keep them, we call it the nest. There's a motorbike as a dragon roars past.
Yeah.
That's the name of the road we take.
Oh, the dragon-born motorbike.
The dragons roar past.
Sorry, I misheard you
I
there.
mean, Belvin's a
The
transformer.
The roar is quite loud. That's right. Oh, I always liked the motorbike one.
No.
What are we talking about? Such a... You're doing so well just fitting that into the campaign, and I just fucking derailed that.
You did.
I'm sorry.
If you
It doesn't really
do-
answer the question. How long is it going to take you?
It would take no more than an hour, I feel.
Okay, that's good.
I can at least introduce yourself to one.
Hey, can you do any teleport stuff, Casimir? Back to the keep. Teleport. Do you have a teleport circle here?
I can take us back.
Yeah,
Oh, to the keep. Don't
because the
think
teleport
so.
circle at the keep already, isn't there?
Like, you mean to the palace or whatever?
River
The
Guard.
castle. Oh, yeah, I've got that.
Because we're going back there, aren't we?
Yeah.
To regroup our men.
We will be eventually, yes.
Yes.
When's eventually? What are you guys doing right now?
That's what they'll do.
We're about to head back.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Can't we just fucking
Well, yeah, we can do stuff here if you need to.
do this Griffin thing and then just go back and teleport?
We don't have. It's not a big rush. I mean, we
Yeah.
do have to wait for all the troops and everything to mobilize, so we have time to prepare ourselves here at Riverguard. I mean, Waterdeep could be a good place to stock up on a couple supplies that might be scarce around where we are.
Oh, yeah.
That is incredibly true.
Because it could be out in the water.
Well, if you want to go on this sandstorm, and me and McCath can have a look around Waterdeep, find some supplies, and Casimir as well, if he so inclines. But
You,
At the
you
same
see
time-
her kind of line up, and then you mention Casimir.
Well,
right, Casimir, I would say I would recommend you going with Sandstorm because
no, I think I'll come along with you too.
just because
No.
we're not sure
I think we
about
should travel as a group, you know?
what's
Yeah.
by himself.
No. I think we should travel as a group.
Please, Lord.
Wait,
You know,
is Megan Nails do this or
You,
Megan Nails?
McCath, and I.
I mean,
I mean,
sure.
without me, you might forget about Sandstorm.
I don't think anybody could.
Inspiration. Everyone, inspiration.
So dumb.
Fucking ditch me.
So as they're discussing this, I'm walking off with the guy.
You walk as they're bickering. Sandstorm and Elvian are already walking off.
Yeah. So have you? And I'm just like asking questions, like in the distance, you can hear me going. So do they already have names? That's just like.
The majority of them do. The younger ones still haven't formed their own title or earned such.
Okay, I have a method of naming things. It's called a. Have you heard of a name generator? And that's it. And then you just will walk off in the distance, and it goes
It's
back
just
to
a person whose sole job is to like write scrolls with like
Yeah,
different names.
This is Timmy. He's
So
the name
every week
generator.
it's like a different one.
Okay, Timmy. Give me that hat. Okay, that's the first name, and this is the second name.
So, let's see. Whose scene would we like to do first? As Casimir, Belvin, and McCaff and Ikram are left there in the alcove hallway. Whatever you need to
Cazzle.
stock up on important components,
First thing,
potions, items, whatever.
Belvin's actually going to turn to McCath and actually ask, like, "Are you okay? Your demeanor changed after the meeting."
To be brutally honest, I'm not. It's kind of one thing that everyone hasn't factored in with the whole Arcane Brotherhood. I hate them with a fiery passion.
Okay, I will agree that I don't think that's been factored in.
Yeah. So did you leave them?
Well,
Like, officially?
No. I don't think it's possible for me to officially leave.
Wasn't the mission that you were on
For them?
put on by the Archon Brotherhood to you, or was that your own?
The Arcane Brotherhood. My family is very important to the Arcane Brotherhood. So when I brought up the opportunity for me to find McCaff the Reds, lost information, they jumped at the idea, and the fact that I got stuck there was almost a benefit.
Well, do you think even trying for the Arcane Brotherhood would be a good idea?
I mean,
Look, you don't have to. Just we can always tell them that it's just not going to happen.
No, this is war we're talking about. Personal opinions and personal stakes don't really mean much, especially when you're trying to gather an army. I understand what they're asking me of, and I feel like I could, whether it goes against everything I want to do, yes. But I'm willing to do it. It just might. I actually don't know what it will entail.
Well, whatever it will entail, whatever you have to do for it, I will be there the whole process. Doesn't matter what.
That's the issue, I feel like. See, I have an interesting relationship with the Arcane Brotherhood. You know, when you've been with an organization for 3 decades, you kind of just... gets kind of hard to move on from that. Especially when they did everything to try and trap me within.
Well, if it's going to mean that you yourself are going to have to commit yourself back to them and you don't want to do that, then don't. We can find other means of
the only other thing is, well, I fear if we don't get them on our side, they'll just defect to the cult.
Look, it's a possibility, but
it is a high possibility. Considering I've met and somewhat worked with the cult. You know, I've worked with your sister before I even met you.
Well,
I never thought I'd get to this point.
Look, maybe take a few days, think it over.
Please.
And, I mean, as much as it seems like everything's being rushed forward, roughly 2 week time period is hopefully enough for all of us to kind of think about a few things. Look, I know it's been ages since you've been out and about, and it seems like you haven't really had a chance to settle down. So, did you want to just go wander in the streets of Waterdeep, have a look at shops and stores, and trying to just act
normal,
like a normal life is happening? Because we all know that's just not going to happen for all of us. We look nice, so we might as well make the day of it.
Well, I think Sandstorm's going to be with the Griffins for a while, so...
More than likely, he'll probably be picky about names and stuff, you know.
And
if he doesn't find one he likes, he'll probably end up bartering over names with the Griffin itself, so it's going to be a whole thing.
I did promise Arifatis that I would find something for her.
Exactly. So, would you accompany me in a day around Waterdeep? And he holds out his arm.
She will take it and she'll say, I would love to.
All right, let's be off then. And then just going to walk to the market streets of Waterdeep.
Casimir's right behind them.
Yep.
No, Casimir's already walked off.
Kat, have you taken
He was just fucking with Belvin.
I thought you were gonna...
He's like, Belvin's gonna exclude him. Well, I'm just gonna be a little asshole to you.
And
So,
Belvin just wouldn't give a shit. He just would have done it anyway.
Oh,
so
no, Casimir's already walked off. While you two were
What I'm
talking.
doing at this time.
did
Did
you
you take Ikram?
did you take Ikram?
Yes.
Okay. All right. For a moment, you guys have a nice long talk. You've noticed Casimir and Ikram have already walked off as well, like halfway through your chat. Casimir, is there anywhere you'd like to go to begin preparations?
I'd probably go to the potion shop again. See if I can pick up any more resistance potions. Because they were pretty good for us last time.
All right. So, you go on into the castle ward where all the high-end retailers are heading down towards the Sparrow's Fall. A high-end potion shop with a sun elven mage at its tallest peak of this tower, directly within the city. He welcomes you again and commends you for the aura you have around you. What would you like to purchase while we're here?
Has he got any potions of resistance? It's elemental types.
I'll drop into some roleplay here, please. Yes, concoctions of resistance against the elemental banes. Which ones would you seek? Our stocks have decreased since the last couple of months. Supplies have been short, but we can make what we can.
Lightning? Have you any lightning resistance potions?
You see there is a couple of shimmers in the air behind him. They disappear for a second, then reappear holding 2 potions of bottled lightning.
Hmm?
Anything else?
Well, have you got any other resistance?
We do have
Fire?
We do have scrolls of protection from energy, yes, that are tuned to certain kinds of elemental energy. Potions of fire resistance are becoming, since the calling calamity, have become in high demand. So we have a limited number remaining.
Understandable.
We have currently 6 in stock, but we are putting it down to 2 per person purchase.
Well, how much for the 4 potions? He whipped out his calculator.
Which is like basically just like a minor illusion. Looking him over, he goes, for the majority of the potions, I'm going to have a discount for a returning customer. That will be a total of 180 platinum.
180 platinum?
Or 1,800 gold pieces.
Oh, okay. I thought a platinum was 100 gold. I was like, 18,000 gold. Fuck. Was it 1,800?
Yeah.
Ooh. Sorry, I'm just checking something. Would he be interested in some dragon's blood?
He would be. From what dragon have you procured this from?
This. I can give you a liter of black dragon blood.
Always better to be more prepared than anything else. I will shave that down to 1,200 gold pieces.
Done.
Very rare in this day and age to actually have dragon's blood in supply. There is power in this.
I imagine it will be useful.
Agreed. I bid you good day.
Ta-ta.
Next, we head on over
We're back.
to Belvin and Macath as you move through the realms of Waterdeep through different wards, trailing around with through the crowds. It's another bustling, sunny autumn day. Where would you like to go, and what would you like to do?
Nowhere in particular, honestly. Was just kind of chauffeuring Macath around. If she finds anything interesting, he will guide her over there and browse. And if she finds something, she finds something.
Yeah, Macath can't remember much of Waterdeep or imagine things have changed.
So, a lot has changed. Some of the roofs and walls are scorched from dragon's fire, which you can identify from afar. There is still reconstruction going on in the city from the attack only a couple months ago. The city is still a bustling center of trade. You see wonders, colors, and all kind of performances still being done. The city is still vibrant and alive as you see all kinds of different unique individuals, families and friends going across in their day-to-day business. Celebrations being had, plays are being performed. You even watch one about the trials and tribulations of Theodore Silvertongue. Another bar is quite vigorously proclaiming the trials and charms of this charismatic bard, telling his tales and telling of his friends, his two friends that were sacrificed. Both of them came out on the other end. You do find a wonderful little cafe full of nice little there's plenty of different variations of tea sourced locally and far away. Is there anything you're looking for in particular or would like to go?
Well, if they're at like the cafe, Macath will just start speaking to Belvin and try to say something along the lines of, "You genuinely, let's be brutally honest, you don't know much about me, do you?" Though considering I gave
not
you
entirely.
a hint to my age and you barely flinched, I take it you don't really care.
Does not
In
faze
the
me.
nicest way.
It doesn't faze me at all. I'm sure many people would be surprised at how old I actually am, so...
I don't think you've ever told me your age.
I am 24.
Aw, baby.
Yes, well, I feel a lot older than that as well.
You've had to wisen up and grow up very fast from what I've pieced together.
Yes, well, even way back when I was young and greenest, I'd always have to be almost a carer for Sandstorm and Casimir. As much as Ikram was sort of around, he wasn't. So,
Your sister told me a couple stories. She did mention you. Well, mentioned a younger brother. And then mentioned the Tabaxi being a younger brother, and it's confused me at
it
first.
can get a bit confusing, yes. I mean, quite often some people actually say it we're brothers, like
Half brother.
in the sense of actual brothers. But as much as I feel he is a brother to me, people get confused about like bloodline brothers, and I'm just like, sorry, that's not the case. Well, about not knowing much about you, more than happy to sit here and learn more.
Well, I think one thing that people often confuse, they often think well, before I went up north, they used to think I was quite young. You probably did as well.
I will admit, I would have picked you as younger than me, if anything.
Well, I am going to be celebrating my 30th birthday in a couple months. What else is there? I joined the Arcane Brotherhood at the age of 5. More or less against my parents' will. What else is there? And spent 30 years not really doing much. Researching dragons, researching my bloodlines.
I'm sure you're shortening it down, but I'm sure you've done lots of exciting things. I mean, I did first meet you in the tomb of Durgeddon, straight after we slain a black dragon. I mean,
Fun fact, that was the first time ever that I was allowed to go out by myself.
well, I guess it was just a good coincidence then.
This is a very welcoming coincidence. As much as I was excited to leave the escape the Arcane Brotherhood for a little bit, it was nice to have someone else who wasn't trying to brainwash me. Maybe exciting things in my life. Well, I didn't fight in any wars. My sister didn't become part of a cult. I don't fight dragons. I've been betrothed 7 times against my will. I believe the Arcane Brotherhood were wanting me for my bloodline, believing if they could marry me off to more powerful sorcerers, then we could produce a child with grand powers and everything.
Magic users, right?
We're terrible. We're also obsessed with power. No.
I mean, practically live with one that just, it's all he talks about most of the time.
I mean, what? I attacked him and he seemed to hate me for everything I was. And then because I could help him with information and gaining power, we're all buddy-buddy. He's I cannot get a read on him for the life of me.
When something goes through his mind that he doesn't 100% agree with, he holds that against you for a while. Me and him are still on patchy terms when
Your sister?
Yes, about my sister. How I've been more forgiving of her and trying to accept that she is actually willing to change. But, I can't be so narrow-minded myself. I need to think of other people's opinions as well.
Of course. I mean, I'm well aware of what had happened to Casimir and Casimir's people alike. It was scary. There's not many tieflings in the Arcane Brotherhood. Very, very few. Actually, I believe at that time, when roughly Casimir's attack happened, it was terrifying. I'm not what the cult wants, but at the time, you never know what they're going to go after next and what magic can do. And I often believed that my bloodline was built on power and gaining power, such as what the cult wants to do, but it turns out my bloodline was built on genuine love and a relationship, and it's a bit weird to process all that.
Yeah. Well, the way the cult uses just people and no real care for life other than their own and their beliefs. It just, as much as I myself am not a fan of war, if it comes down to it, I'm not afraid to fight one. It means getting rid of them.
Yes. I would like to get rid of them too. Want to know something strange?
What?
And it's something I didn't realize only now I realize how interconnected your life was with dragons and the cult. Greenhurst, that's your hometown, isn't it?
Greenest, yes.
Yeah. I remember the day of that attack. Funny to know I know quite a bit about the major events in your life without even knowing any of you.
It's funny how a lot of major points have centered around us, but at the same time, it's almost like it's
Well,
who we are meant to be and what we are
makes sense. You four are basically leading this war. I mean, I don't see anyone else traveling to far off lands to try and gain even one person on their side, on your side. If I was in your shoes, I probably wouldn't put in half the effort you all do. Bit sad to say, but
as much as, well, I don't know about the others, as much as I would love to just be able to sit back and just own a farm.
like you could sit back and own a farm.
And just have no
Melvin,
care.
I see your workout routine. You couldn't sit still on a farm even if you tried.
Hey, farms are hard work. I've
Yes.
helped out a few in the travel so far.
But could you do that for the rest of your life? I think...
If it means not having to think that there is going to be just innocents being killed for no reason, just mass slaughter, and just a group trying to summon a higher power that could totally obliterate life as we know it, then I'd do it still.
I mean... I guess a farm does sound nicer than all of that.
All right.
A farm. I mean, you could start one at River Garden. I'm sure Sandstorm wouldn't mind. I mean, I imagine you already have started one.
There is a few farms around. I haven't started one myself, but maybe give a few years. But
Yeah.
All right. I do think we need to start looking for the others because who knows what they're up to now.
One thing I want to see. I know you said I could go anywhere, and I didn't go anywhere. There is this one shop that one of the professors always talked about. One of the archmages. Apparently there is he's a bit of a tinkerer. There's this little workshop that makes mechanical bugs that move like real bugs, but they're like jewelry and everything, and I've always wanted to go. And if we are just going to relax, I would like to go there.
Of course. If that is your request, my lady, I will take you there.
No one's called me my lady in years.
Well, I guess you best get used to it then.
I guess I could.
As you continue on into the sea, heading to this cocksmith. On the other side of Waterdeep, heading towards the nest. Sandstorm, you head down the Dragon's Roar Pass, making your way alongside Elvin. Elvain, I mean.
Your other long lost brother, Elvin.
Elvain. To the cavalry nest. As you arrive through the back alley channels, making your way up and around the stairs, you see this impossibly large, tall tower. As you're there, you see that one section of the tower has been raised up, a large stage platform that you see Griffin Cavalry members flying around. While you're there, you enter through this large gate as the portcullis open up. You see that onto the side there is a bridge that leads on out to a ramp. Where you see a couple of what seems to be new recruits, all in their shining gold, white, and blue embroidered armor and clothing. Sorry, just had a moment then. This is it. This is the nest. Up the very top there is where the griffins are kept. We're going to take a bit of a shortcut, if you don't mind.
Well, if you knew me, I love shortcuts. I have a lot of equipment that allows me to have a shortcut anywhere I like.
Well then, he puts his hand out onto your shoulder. You see his ring. There's a vibration from it.
Ooh.
And you begin to lift off the ground.
Oh my god.
As the two of you then begin to fly.
What?
He looks to you. So shocked he kicks his knee. As you begin to rise up, he looks down to you and says, all you have to do is think about it, and you will soar. Goes flying up.
So I'm still on the ground.
You're just levitating off the ground for the moment. Like
What do you mean think about it? Explain to me what the hell's going on, mate.
A simple fly spell. You've never seen one done before?
Oh yeah, fucking Kaz does that sometimes. I'm about to die. It's always useful.
Well then, should be used to it then. Or at least you will be. Come, we must soar.
So that's a different ring to the Griffin ring.
That's his ring.
Oh, okay, I thought
His
it was
is
a
a-
Griffin
he-
ring. I'm like,
yeah.
what? You turning me into a Griffin?
No, his is a lot more fancier. So it's like Goku style flying.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's like a pressure underneath your feet that then drives you. As you then soar up into the higher tier of the nest, as they say. Surrounding it of its 5 domed towers, 4 on the sides that then hold up the center long tower. These large white marble arches. As you head on it, as you fly on in, you see that there is a scatter between the marble. Across the damaged marble floor is hay stash, hay that's being pushed around in dirt as well. You can also see droppings. You see that there are also a couple of caretakers tending to it. The sound of the squawks from numerous little alcoves in the nest are deafening as you begin to approach. As you land, following him behind, you just see as these griffins begin to squawk at the approach of a stranger. We have a few for the moment.
There's one tear that goes down Sandstorm's eye as he remembers Gobbles.
That same tear just of heartbreak and loss. You see that there are multiple griffins here that are scorched themselves. Some have injured wings, some are missing full legs. The tried and true battles of war as these creatures have had for a while, ever since the attack. Going through, he points to a couple flying you around this circular chamber. So, some we have available at the moment is Pontus, Maynard, Clerks over there, and you see that they all follow the same sort of eagle line regiment. They're all a mixture between a dark and light brown, a mixture of cream to white feathers around the head and beak. There is an orange one, a couple, a feisty female, Chica. She's a couple levels up. So tell me, what was the bond like between yours?
Oh, it was instant. The first time I jumped on Gobbles, we straight up had to roll for it. It just felt instant, you know. As soon as we got together, there was no problem. We just knew same brainwaves. Perfect. Yeah.
As you go, he then stares you and puts a hand on shoulder. I've made my 3rd bonding so far. It's never an easy experience.
Oh, really? I thought I could never do it again, but the war, with this war coming, we all need all the help we can get.
Exactly. You seem to be a man of valor. One who's ready to drop at a moment's notice to protect the ones they love in a vicious style. I've got one that... There's one. Follow me. He takes you all the way to the very, very top, past Chico.
Wow.
And up to a raised circular section where there are 3 alcoves that then lead out to cages that have curtains drawn across them. On one of the curtains, it is torn asunder by talon claws, by talon slashes.
Oh, wow.
You see there is then a gust of wind and
My fur just flickers.
as your fur flickers, he approaches up towards the cage and pulls the curtain to the side, revealing the caged creature behind. You see a dark, feathered beast. Its eyes as red as blood itself.
Oh,
Its
wow.
wings spread wide and its body a mass of muscle. It looks at you. It's big, a lot broader than any of the other griffins you've seen, but with a much larger curl at the front of the beak. It's stained black at several parts. As the creature looks towards you, it just stares into your eyes. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Holy shit, this is a beast. Wisdom saving throw. What do I got? Can I use dice with this?
You can use dice. Hey, Ultra Tom, thank you for the host, friend.
I might use... This is not like taming the... Am I sort of able to know what's sort of happening?
So it's more like a first meeting presence. It's establishing dominance at the first glance.
Okay, I'm gonna use... Do I use inspiration for this? I'm gonna use an advantage dice.
Good. Go for it.
Okay, so... Advantage. I'm so scared. Come on. Come on, Sandstorm. Show your dominance. That looks awesome. You said wisdom saving throw, right?
Wisdom saving throw.
Yes. Kind of.
On a 16, as even Elvain kind of rears back as the griffin's talons push and threaten the bars into buckling and collapsing under the creature's weight as it rears towards you. Its beak opens up, its wings flare up in a threatening stance, like a violent peacock in a sense. As you steel your nerve, you stare it down, and itself then sits back off the cage and stares at you. It kind of gives a couple of paces in this small little cage that it's kept in against the marble walls. A small little nest. There is splatters of blood across the floor and bones of that from, you can either expect goats or some form of cattle. You then hear in your mind, after a faint vibration from your griffin ring, "Speak, third one."
Hey, yeah, I'm Sandstorm.
Nightcrest, you think you can come here and not have me ruffle my feathers at the likes of you? You smell of another of death.
Well, you look like a bird worthy of a king.
A bird, a griffin fall, worthy of a line of kings, queens, emperors, dynasties. Snarls.
And I just look at what was the name again, sorry?
Nightcrest.
Nightcrest. I look at Nightcrest and goes, well, Nightcrest, you come on or what? And I literally turn my back to it and walk off, showing my dominance.
My what? Barges, shoulder charges up against the cage with its wing pushing up against it. Elvain looks at you and goes, "My God, man, what are you doing?"
I'll pay. I'll just chuck him like a gold coin. Fix it up, mate. You'll fix it up. I don't know how much does it cost to get this cage fixed up. This thing. Put it on River Guard's tab. Put it on River Guard's tab.
I mean, dude. Oh. I need to roll a check.
I'm fucking testing this bird out. The ultimate test. bird want it? Does this bird really want it?
What? Why is that?
Sorry, it's this griffin. Fucking hell.
Save changes. Why did that do that? Rude. Sorry. Fuck it, I'm just gonna roll actual dice. Yeah, hold on. Can do it. There we go. On a 15, the bars begin to bulge out from the cage door, and you see this thing is menacing at you as it then squawks. That deep avian predatorial growl. You can make me a wisdom saving throw as you try to steel your nerves as this threatening beast comes towards you, and I'm gonna say you can make it at advantage.
Okay, good. $13.
Well, 13. Nightcrest sees you flinch. There is a moment that you hesitate. You reel back from one barge up against the cage as the hinges threaten to explode out of the marble. And with that, on a 19, a final charge of his head and shoulder down bursts out as the cage gate goes flying off. And he comes lunging at you towards the hole in the ground, which leads down the chamber as you are standing on the top section up in here. And there's a long shaft that goes directly down to the floor where you entered here. And he comes charging at you. Unsaddled, unbridled, unbranded, just charging, just...
Well, I'm just gonna literally... Does he have any, chains around the legs or anything? Or
No.
It was just in the cage?
Just in the cage.
Well, I'm just gonna go, well, is it like that then? And I'm just gonna get my chain glove and then go straight around its neck and then use that force to jump on top of it.
Alright, make me a chain glove.
Sort of like a lasso, and then jump on the back.
Alright, so make me the chain glove attack roll.
This feels like I'm fucking doing some Monster Hunter shit right here. It's
Yeah.
like, I need this fucking the king versus the beast. Okay, what role is this?
So, chained glove. So you'll see it on your character
Oh,
sheet.
yeah. Okay, let's do this. 29! Critical fucking... Oh, natural fucking 20. Holy shit.
Alright, I need some music for this.
See, I do when it counts. Cat versus Nance.
Sesam, as you stand there, seeing the creature charge towards you, you think back to the moment with Muddles and how...
With models?
With Gobbles, I'm sorry, with Gobbles.
Fucking already forgot.
With
Oh.
Gobbles and your first flight and the similarities it hold as you fell off Gobbles the first time. You use the exact same method, chain glove, to wrap it up and around to be able to hold on to the creature. And as Nightcrest comes charging at you, lunging with its talons towards you, you jump on back, you send the chain glove swirling out and around it, and in a passive manner, the chain wraps twice around the upper body and around the neck to form a harness.
Yeah.
As it does so, it reels you in as Nightcrest goes flying over into a dive, falling deep down the nest, heading towards the bottom. You hold on tight, but you feel the resistance against you as Nightcrest swirls and attempts to swing and rock you off. You can make a dexterity saving throw to hold on.
I love how it says on the bottom there, if on a creature, the hit is restrained. Like the creature is restrained.
Yes,
Like,
true. Technically, but we're gonna.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm fucking holding on tight, and it's a deck save.
Deck save, please.
16.
16. Hold on tight, as high as you can, burying yourself deep into the on the back of this creature, following the same techniques you learnt with muddles, and dig yourself deep into the
Gobbles.
Models.
gobbles.
Why?
I'm sorry. Gobbles.
Gobbles.
How
Gobbles.
could you?
Gobbles.
At least they're not calling him Anki.
Exactly.
Keep down the hill, flying.
As
We
you
should
and
make
Nightcrest
Anki fly.
descend into a corkscrew, Nightcrest quickly realizes that he's about to eat marble. So he spreads his wings out as the air flows underneath it. Flaps once, twice. You then take off, heading towards the marble arches that stand around the nest itself, out into the sky, and there in the freedom of the partly cloudy blue sky, you can make an animal handling check.
And this animal handling check, I'm gonna fucking use the inspiration.
Use inspiration. Oh yeah.
Wait, inspiration's a reroll, right?
Is it reroll?
It's a
One
reroll.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck. I'll do it, then I'll do it then. Okay. Fucking hell. Animal handling check. I do it good when it counts. Can I do it good again?
So do it the first time, and then if you need to, you can do it the
Okay.
second time.
Let me look at my no, I have no other dice there. That's actually all my dice. Wow.
Not bardic inspiration, but actually inspiration.
Yeah, I got no other dice I can use.
Oh,
I just
well,
have inspiration. That's it. Now I've used it all up. Here we go.
there you go.
I try to channel gobbles in my mind and be like, "Come the gobbles." 18.
On an 18,
Fuck.
you feel as if you feel Nightcrest begin to take charge, leading his drive as he begins to rear up and begin to climb. You then pull in tight, and bank down, digging your elbow down into his wing shoulder, as you then, like gobbles when you learn how to instruct and fly on him, digging that elbow in causes Nightcrest to bank left. As he does so, you can feel him resist in anger as you begin to take him flight through the clouds, soaring around Waterdeep, the city itself. You let go for a little bit, keeping your legs tight, and the chain begins to unravel. Nightcrest is staring at you while flying. Its eagle-like, its raven-like head turned back around towards you, its red eyes staring directly at yours. We are bonded. You feel a wave of joy pass through you. You can feel your fur being ruffled by the wind as if it was the feathers of Nightcrest himself.
Wow. And I talk back and I go, "Let's go. We have a war to win." And then I just turn back and I just can I those other griffins, are they ready to go?
They can be ready to go.
I'm just gonna go whistle and they all take flight, and can they just follow me?
After a bit of a fly, you get on back. Elvain catches up with you on his griffin, which is has more of an owl lineage to it. So it doesn't have the griffin head. It has has a round owl head
Oh
to it.
yeah, that's cool.
He comes to you and you communicate together through the air while you're flying side by side. He says you can have them ready by the afternoon.
I'm like, nice.
They can all be plated up and either
Fuck
be
yeah.
equipped straight away or have the equipment set to River Guard.
So how long gap will we have? Because I could get some specialized armor made up.
Well, that's the thing. They already have a part of the Griffin Cavalry. They already have half.
Does Nightcrest? Because Nightcrest is bulkier than the others, so Nightcrest might need.
He's bulky, but after asking around, there is an old set of plate armor that was designed
Right.
for him and for other larger griffins as well.
Okay, fantastic.
So
And then are they on like? Can I put my own? Put the River Guard crest on these?
yeah, once you're back at River Guard, certainly can.
Fuck yes.
So, as you head on back to the nest, dismount, coming off the back of Nightcrest, the wings pull into the side, the claws no longer scratch, the talons no longer scratch across the marble floor, but now lightly step, as quiet as your own.
Oh, quiet as my own. Shit, mine are quiet.
As quiet as your own, as the link between you two, the two of you,
Oh my
has
god.
developed. And he brings his large head and beak over and attempts to give you a nuzzle. Just
I nuzzle it back.
Does Sandstorm purr when he nuzzles?
please.
Of course he purrs.
Yay!
Ah! Inspiration.
Got a bond.
But then the bird, like, you know how like birds like also like they coo. So I imagine they're
I
purring.
can't use inspiration because I already have inspiration.
It's so cute.
Exactly. And with that, with Nightcrest's armor equipped on, the other
That's amazing.
the other 5 griffins are being prepared as well. Saddlebags, saddles, armor is being installed. It's going to take them a couple of days just to rally them all and also to just get them together, but they can be down to River Guard within 3 days flight, led by
Nice.
Elvain. But Nightcrest is happy to go with you.
Alright, so Nightcrest can just walk along with me, just whatever,
Yeah.
chill out now.
With that,
I'm gonna get some like, I'm gonna get like a special like, King of Mesro crest up, and then
yeah.
then he can have it like on his helmet or something.
Well, with that, in joining, well, basically becoming a part of the Griffin Cavalry, once the armor is all set and you're ready to travel, Elvain comes to you with a folded up piece of clothing, hands it over to you. It's wrapped up in a bow. As you untie it, you see it is a side cape in the colours of the Griffin Cavalry: gold, the embroidered white and blue around it. It's really flashy to your current aesthetic, but you know, it's a symbol of prestige.
That's amazing.
And with that, as you gather and head on back to Waterdeep, unless there is anything else you'd like to do in Waterdeep.
It's fine. I just need flame arrows.
Well, you can have that made at Riverguard.
Yeah.
Casimir's your move for that. Anyway, you'll gather and heading back to the alcove or to the Troll Skull Manor, wherever you decide to coordinate. Sandstorm rocks up with a black griffin with red eyes.
I can see that trip was a success.
Somehow, it all just seems to go so smoothly with the animal handling.
My cap's gonna lean into Belvin's ear. I'm like, and say, "Told you he'd come back with one."
Yeah, right.
This is Nightcrest. We are now bonded.
I mean, looking at you two, you're like a match made in dark rogue heaven.
He said hello.
They definitely have the same style going, don't they?
Style.
All right. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Nightcrests.
Great, like, it's like shake.
In your mind, Sandstorm, you hear your companions seem nice enough.
Yeah, they're all right, aren't they, Nightcrest? I'm just like having a conversation, but all you guys hear is just like
Just purrs.
meow meow. No.
Just purrs.
Just purrs and barks.
All right. Well, have we done what we needed to do in Waterdeep for today?
I don't know, where's Ikram? Is he?
Ikram's there, he's chewing bark.
Yeah.
Okay.
The usual.
With
Casimir, were you successful in your endeavor?
Oh yeah, I was pretty productive. Got us some more potions
Awesome.
for our inevitable dragon battles.
Well, let's go back to Riverguard and make sure we're all prepared.
Alrighty then.
With that,
Now
there's-
teleport will circle us back.
With that, there is a flash of arcane magic through the teleportation circle runes. There is that strange jaunt of being pulled as you're. I feel like you're being pulled in all directions. A bit of a nauseous feeling, and you feel the cool winds of Riverguard as you stand beyond the keep, just at your circle. And with that, we're going to take our break.
Fuck yes.
Wow, we were able to get out of Waterdeep, guys. Yeah.
Wow.
No, that was good. It was a good start.
I mean, it was great roleplay, so I'm just going to, I'm just for all
Yeah, no, that
parties
was great.
involved. Yeah, just good work.
That was awesome.
So, we are going to be right back. I'm going to send us to the Be Right Back screen while we go make ourselves a cup of tea, bit of a little break, and we'll be back here in no time. Thank you so much for sticking out. Especially thank you to Grim as well for the follow. Thank you so much. So, we'll be right back in just a bit. Until then, see you in a bit.
Imagine this chick is missing teeth swearing. That chick's rough as guts. That's used in a
Oh.
sentence.
What a
Why?
time to go back.
That's used in a sentence.
Did you? Either way. Hello. We're back. More Dragons Brew D&D. Our parties
I
at
can't-
Waterdeep.
Did I say that at the perfect time? Did I? Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry. We're looking up the Urban Dictionary meaning of rough as guts, and that was used in a sentence. Sorry, guys. The more you know.
So, we rejoin our party back at Riverguard Keep. Now a fairly would I call it small? No, I don't think I call it small. No, it's still small. A small riverside settlement west of Daggerford. As you've returned that exact afternoon that you left from the morning, the keep is in. Keep is already is going through its everyday duties while you return to the teleportation circle, and tummies could be a little hungry. There's still a couple of hours left till supper is put on, as the feast of the keep happens at sundown. What would you like to do?
Like anyone in particular?
Where's Alton?
Right this second. Good question.
Yeah.
What's the estimated time of arrival for the Griffins? Are they here?
Just teleported here.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I don't know how
your
long
griffin's here. The other
Jesus
three.
Christ, it's gigantic.
It's a gigantic griffin. The rest
That's
of the
just
griffins will be
flying
here in
in the air.
3 days.
3 days. Okay, cool.
That's pretty quick though.
I'm gonna have a secret conversation. Not a secret, just a private conversation with Bag of Nails.
Belvin's just gonna talk to Macath and see if there is anything she would like to do before supper.
My caps would want to visit and check on the Reef for Teeth. So she'll invite Belvin to come along.
Sure, I'm happy to.
Yeah. I imagine in that spend at Waterdeep, she would have grabbed a Reef for Teeth, something, like you said. Probably a big fish or something.
Yeah, you could have passed through the more exotic markets, and with Belvin's help, have grabbed a Dragon Ball Z style river salmon of the sort.
It's not a tuna.
It's a salmon. You grab it and take it with you. It's just in the bag in the cube of holding.
Bruh, I don't want that stinky ass fish in my cube.
No, just be holding it then.
Okay, yeah, alright. Just rocking back with a.
Yeah, just on the shoulder.
Yeah. With that, you two disappear down into the caverns below. Sandstorm takes on off to go meet up with. Just takes on off. Griffin in tow. The Griffin actually begins to scout out the area and begins giving calls.
Can I send a message to Sandstorm? Just be like, make sure you tell your Griffin not to fight with Elliot.
I'll just say back to him, well, we have a bond that you'll never could imagine. Nothing he will do.
Yeah, that's great and all, but just make sure he doesn't fight Elliot.
Anyway,
I don't want any trouble.
you make
Okay,
sure
good.
Elliot doesn't
Yeah,
fight.
yeah.
Casimir. So,
I'll call Elliot up. Be like, hey, so we got a new
Cool.
Griffin.
Can you do that?
Just
Yes.
just letting you know. So
okay.
just try to not fight, please.
Be friends. Mate.
Well, you tell it not to devour or hunt down any of my worshippers.
Yeah, okay, I can do that.
Thank you, Casimir.
All right, see you later.
Just curious though, how many are left? I heard they were pretty decimated before.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
good,
that's
mate.
right.
She's in the single digits now.
Aww.
Rough.
Oof.
So,
Uh,
So yeah,
Good.
maybe we should
but,
make like a little enclosure for them to protect them.
but at the same time, it's good. You know, that way she doesn't get her own incursion.
Army and like
Fight us.
invade. I'll be like, oh shit.
so moving down to the Casimir, what would you like to do afterwards?
So I want to find Alton.
Easy enough.
I want to start preparation for building up a tower, a wizard tower.
Okay, so I'm just going to say that you and Alton go into the. Can head into the. You can call him into the study. He appears as you two begin to discuss on the towers, and
What on the materials we need and all that sort of stuff.
he just goes, "Well,
Which tower are you doing it on?
It's still to be decided. If I should upgrade one of the current towers or just like build another building outside the keep.
I'd probably upgrade, like one of the, like probably this one.
I was thinking that one
Build on-
maybe.
Build on top of like the treasury and all that, because it's magically locked and all that anyway. So,
It's a possibility.
I mean, if you asked Belvin, that's what he would suggest.
Oh well, we're just like going through logistics at this point. See what we need to like start construction.
Yeah, as he's going through and figuring out constructions, just to build a tower in general, he'd just need the stone, mortar, the timber, just all the basic construction materials being used recently for around repairing the keep and building, expanding on facilities. He does ask you though, how on the urgency for it, and if there's any other little alterations you want to make to the keep, or if you want to keep on expanding, focus on expanding the settlement itself. Because at the moment, the current inner walls are beginning to fill. As you can see, over onto the settlement itself of Riverguard, houses have been popping up quite a lot since the calamity.
Yeah, I think so. This won't be like the number one priority. We should still focus on providing housing and expanding, so more people can come in, basically. But we also need to keep up our defenses, like keep pace with the population as well.
Okay. Well, he does mention with Samuel in his studies might be of help to the casting and conjuring of the construction materials like yourself, since he's a fairly skilled mage now, thanks to you.
Hmm.
Any comments?
Yeah.
So you're training him?
Well, I'll have to check out how he's doing.
If all business is done and reported for, we'll get to construct them straight as we have the materials then. Shouldn't be too long.
Very good.
Bunnins is still stocked up apparently, so we haven't reached our limit on that.
All right, I think that's all good. That's all I needed.
Too easy. We're gonna head on over to Sandstorm. Sandstorm, where are you gonna hold this secret little meeting?
It's not secret. It's just private. Like, I feel like it doesn't have to be. It's not a super secret. Like, if someone heard, it's not the end of the world kind of thing.
Okay.
So it'll just be. I'll get this. What's name can be there? This guy can be there. I don't care if he wants to.
Claws on
Just-
strings.
Claws and Strings can be there playing some music for us.
Yeah, he's just having a bit of
Yeah,
fun.
it's kind of like conversation. Like,
Yeah.
in private and such, you know, just sort of there, but like it doesn't have to be in a super secret location or whatever. Just chilling.
Who else are you going to invite?
First, I'm gonna ask Bag of Nails. I'm like, hey, you remember that group I was talking about before? I want to make you a leader of a new tactical group. Well, what just happened was I actually acquired some war griffins that this new tactical group could really use. I think they'll be here in 3 days, and I think what we should do in the next 3 days is get together, our strongest men and women, and what we could do is get her on a griffin and have a little scouting force, especially for this war. Could really help out.
We're going to war.
We are. It's time. It's
Good.
finally happening.
It will be my pleasure to ride beside you in battle.
Excellent. It's great to hear. Have you checked out my new griffin?
I did see as you called me in. Majestic beast it is.
Is there windows on this
Yeah,
level?
there's some ground windows, and if the doors are open, you can just see out into to the chapel across.
And like Nightcrest is like you can just see the head from the top of the window and it's going downwards, so it's like somehow Nightcrest is like on the top looking down and
and looking
there's
in.
Nightcrest.
Yeah, it's on the second level. Definitely can if it's just like over here or something.
Yeah.
That's too easy. Magna looks at you and says, "So who are you thinking? Are you going to take in our? Who's going
Well,
to join?"
this bloody Clawson string.
Brum, brum, brum.
I
Yes.
never actually asked you, but can you actually create any magic from that music?
Pulls a string, boom, and the both of you illuminate into sandy yellow fire. Just that then
Oh my
begins to
God.
swirl across the table and around Bag and Nails as well.
This whole time, and I'm just thinking you're a regular busking cat. You got your little secrets, don't you?
That I do.
Well, I think he could become of use. Bring him on, see what he's got, test him out, what he's like in battle.
Now, you've never flown before. I will certainly try.
That's the spirit.
Bag and Nails looks at you and says, "Maybe some of the guard captains as well could be of use."
What about Cyrus? You reckon he could be a part of this?
Cyrus is a bit more of a sailor, but I don't see why taking to the skies wouldn't be everyone's dream.
He's one of the stronger fighters. I don't know about Osha. She's one of the strongest we have here at the moment. But she's with a bit of Enki at the moment. But I'm sure when the war happens, maybe she be a part of the.
Enki will be landlocked though, and it is slow.
Yes, Osha might enjoy the skies as well. We'll have to go arcs. So you'll be able to do arcs around, and the next 3 days when the griffins come, I want to be all out in the field, and we're all doing our initiation.
Of course. Will we be instructed as well?
You'll be instructed by myself.
Nods, sews claw on strings and says, "Aye, let's do it."
And then I just go to who's in the room. Is there like not a butler, but like just some squire or something?
There's a handmaiden and a squire hanging around as well that you can.
And I go, are you able, the next 3 days, pull together, how many outfits was that? 5 outfits? How many outfits was that? I want matching I'm sure we have like a crest, right? And I'm sure we have a color. I want a outfit on the front. I want to say G-Force.
I can certainly try. We can get it organized, get it set. There is a tailor who's recently moved here. I can go speak to them.
And so the Griffins are going to be having some armor, but if you're able to get a little bit, I want a little bit of river guard on there too.
I'll go speak to Colvin and see what he can do.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, my liege. And she scurries on off to go and do your bidding.
Fantastic.
Down in the depths below of Riverguard, and the caverns underneath that lead down into the falling pools. We follow Macath and Belvin as they traverse down into the as they tread water into the depths below the keep to go visit the now icy cavern tundra as the snow falls from the cavern roof on the reefs of Refiatis. You make your way down to the one small alcove before you reach to the sheer drop that is now a ice slide that leads down into the depths where you fought the aboleth. That leads to the elemental portal to the plane of water. As you approach, the great dragon Refiatis raises her head, cracking out of the ice wall that she has dedicated her sleeping, her little nest for the time. Ice cracks and pulls out from around her. She looks at the both of you. Her eyes are clear crystal blue. You've returned, and I smell southern cuisines.
It's more like one southern cuisine. And she'll get. Is Belvin actually Belvin's just carrying and
Big ass fish.
big ass.
There's a big ass fish that is just. This big ass fish just takes up half of the tongue of this gigantic dragon.
But we can assure you that it is one of the best we could acquire.
Yes.
As she opens her maw and sticks her tongue out, it is a blizzard.
Can
her mouth.
McCaff use telekinesis to sort of move it over like close to her mouth?
Of course.
Yeah, just so no one has to get too close when the dragon's munching around.
No one has to get too cold. So as it floats on over the Refiatis, usually when you've seen her feed before, she is savage and her ferocity is unmatched to even a Rathator's hunger. But
Yeah, that's why she's being careful on using magic.
But as she comes forward, you see that she calmly nibbles on the head of the fish, taking a good third of it in her mouth, tearing most of the spine off with it as it still floats there. She chews. The avian creature has also joined.
Ah, yes, I imagine you were able to sense it. The lord of this keep has acquired a mount.
I see. Very interesting, that one, this lord. Your friend wears a very interesting crown.
Yes. Yes. Yes, he does. It's you can sense it.
I can see it from here. And you see her eyes just look up to the frozen cavern ceiling above, through the stalactites and the frost that is slowly descending off the chamber.
Yeah, he inherited it from being a part of the royal bloodline from the kingdom of Mesro. I've been told that it has a great power to it, but the direct details I am not aware.
Mesro. Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Very Fatis, can I ask you something?
Of course, dearest.
I can't quite sense it, but I'm sure you could. Was the tiefling... Do you remember the tiefling Casimir we came with yesterday?
Yes.
Do you sense he is also wearing something?
It's not that I sense, little one.
Can you see it?
Of course I can. It holds my attention. Hence why I used it as soon as we crashed in the battle. It was overwhelming.
Does it make you nervous?
At this current stage, no.
Okay.
Wait, are you talking about the mask?
Yes.
That's been in his cube. Like, he
Oh,
hasn't
is
worn
it?
that.
Yeah.
Would the
Casimir didn't like using it, so he put it in the cube and he's just kept it in there.
Okay, then would... McCaff doesn't know that he put it in the cube, so she's just asking if... She'll sort of rephrase her question more than to ask if he's got it visible, like,
Yeah,
on
I'm
his
just,
person.
like-
Yeah.
So no, because it's
That
in
was
his,
more
it's in a portable hole. Like, it's
I'd-
stored in
I'd
an
be able
extra
to answer
dimension.
I'm sure Belvin's probably saw him put it there, so
Well, yeah, he told Belvin he was gonna do that.
Yeah. so he does still carry it, but he keeps it away in his cube, in his pocket dimension.
Why is that?
He said he never liked using it. While he has it in his hands, at least, someone else doesn't have it, using it for evil
That's-
gains.
That is true.
Until we can fully figure out, maybe even to destroy it. It's better off being in a space that would be hard to get to.
Well, you already have the majority of the puzzle before you.
Yes.
You have the aspect, you have the lineage.
Mm.
We just need to divide the two apart.
That's very true.
Crush it under the power of the own soul.
In due time. I'm sure.
Refugees moves forward towards you, Belvin. The nostrils, the front of her more pushes up against your chest, and you can see her nostrils flare. She then takes in a whiff from you, multiple. I've heard of a scent like this. A bloodlust terror. It's very interesting that you reside in there. Why do you hide? Why won't you come out?
It's because I don't let him.
Snarky boy. He was a stubborn one.
Yeah, well, right now, his host is just as stubborn.
Just like his sons.
He has sons?
He does. He has two. The world doesn't know of the both of them. They know him only as one. For Ragametha.
I just had that feeling. The funny thing is that we've actually come across Ragamatha.
Is he still up to his old tricks playing the fool?
Well, he's definitely up to playing tricks. I mean, honestly, when we met him, we're just lucky to be alive at this point. So, but I'm sure the next time we meet won't be as pleasant.
Oh, yes. I would love to tear their throat from their scales. The both of them.
Well,
The cowards they are.
if we ever get the chance, I'd be more than happy to let you be. And I will even aid you in that. Because I myself want to even get rid of this entity in me as well.
Then you should hurry into the same as what we spoke about for the white aspect. Black Razor is born of the first. Val. Salandris. The Vald.
Well, as I said, all in due time, I'm sure.
Indeed. Was there anything else you need of me?
There is something I want to advise you. The Arcane Brotherhood is, well, the Council of Waterdeep is wanting me to get the Arcane Brotherhood back on our side. The only thing is I don't know whether I should get you involved in it or not.
Little one. Always keep your biggest secrets close to your chest. And unveil them at the right time. It's not a smart move to just be throwing power around like they do.
No, I didn't mean just coming out and bringing you with me. I just meant more of telling them about you at all. I don't know whether it'd be a safer move just for them to think that I am on my own, or whether it'd be smarter to say that I have you with me on my side and you're willing to fight alongside me. I don't know if you would be, unfortunately, a better bargaining tool than myself.
Kashan the Star. That old, long-haired, milky-eyed terror. The master of divinations. And the last student of a powerful diviner. There's a reason I scurried to the depths of this cavern while I'm here.
You don't want to be found.
Yes, correct. Your tiefling friend has already set up a wonderful defense. Now, the old man, as old as he is, has been after the lineage, yours, for a long time. I wouldn't show your hand, though. What did a fool or avatar take from him?
I can't remember.
What did we learn yesterday?
He took those scrolls, didn't he?
The shards, the ice scroll seas. Yes.
Of course.
Now, we know how to use them. They don't. How long have they had those scrolls in their possession?
Ever since the days of Macaff the Red.
She nods her head.
The scrolls Zarafator had contains knowledge like that. No, who knows what those would contain? I guess. Yes.
Even through a turn of one may wield great possibility. Leverage over them. Be careful, though.
Yes.
Do they still follow the 5 branches principle? The Arch Arcana and the 4 Overmages?
I imagine they do. Yes.
And take pride in your house.
I know I should. It's just terrifying knowing that me not getting them on our side could tip... I mean, anything could tip the tides of war. But that could be a major point. But I don't know if them siding with Tiamat and siding with the cult is worth them losing me. I just need to know. Well, that can wait from what it seems like. Waterdeep is wanting us to travel. What? She'll turn to Belvin and go, where exactly are we going again?
Our first stop is going to be at Sucumba. That is the settlement that the Iron Circle have taken control of. It's also the spot where we need to investigate the clan of dwarves that were settled there. And then after that, it will progress into Lork. Yeah, Lork, Iron Circle's stronghold, practically. That is where we will inevitably end up if everything goes well.
Do you think Arifatis would be safer coming with us or staying here?
Look, I think as much as she could swing the tide of battle, I think it might be best to leave it as a worst case scenario. We don't want to play our hand too early.
Of course. I just meant... I mean, you did mention there was a unusual dragon attack a while ago. I don't know, you're more familiar with this area and knowing whether she'd be safer here or not.
Here, I do believe the only thing that could make it possibly is the Dracorn. And this cavern will more than likely shield the messages that it could send to her. So at this point in time, yes, I do think she would be safer here.
Yes.
Until we fully find out the whereabouts of the Dracorn.
Yes. Definitely. Is that okay with you, Arifatis?
Better safe than sorry.
Would you like me to transport some of your, or teleport some of your tabaxis here? Would you feel safer with them?
That would be appreciated. The caverns below are interesting.
Yes. Very much. Fought a very strange monster here. Very strange. But I will ask Casimir and Sandstorm if it'd be okay if I can bring them here. I'll see which ones would like to come.
As long as they don't stir up trouble and they're willing to help out.
They probably, I think, yeah, they probably wouldn't help out. They'd probably just keep to themselves.
I think they could probably just live in this underground tunnel since it's mostly ice and stuff now anyway, so...
Like, where are they going to get food and stuff?
I figured they'd go out and they'll probably go hunt their own food.
On our lands!
It'd be easier if they just fucking did their
They
part
just-
and they get food.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if they help out
Yeah.
and they don't cause trouble.
But it'd have to be
Yeah.
a discussion you have with a primitive
But, like, they
tribe.
could... Well, I'm sure Ariftes can tell them what to do.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It depends.
Ah,
We can patrol the underground. We can give them food. Like,
Exactly. They're a tribe of nomads and hunters. That's
We
hunter and
can
gatherers
hunt.
what they do.
yeah.
See?
They're predominantly that and predominantly sort of Arifatis
I'm
worshippers.
not to hunt the swamp, because that's where lizard men are. We don't want them to kill
Yeah.
them.
think of because Arifatis' tabaxis is similar to Aliot's
Lizard man.
Yeah,
sort
just
of.
like primitive tribe.
Yeah.
Well,
A bit like that. Probably a bit more well knowledge due to Arifatis teaching them.
Yeah.
More
Well, I don't see a problem.
Yeah.
As long as there is no problem.
Yeah, it's like there's no problem unless they make a problem. So as long as they don't make a problem, then there's no problem.
If they attack on a river guard, are they going to help us fight? That's the thing.
They would defend
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
Since it's where Arefatis is.
Arifatis. To explain Arifatis tabaxis, they're basically a all-female tabaxi tribe who, unlike the tabaxi tribe you guys faced up north, where theirs is a predominantly strength, brutality based sort of tribe, theirs is more strategic and, due to Arifatis' influence, more magical based.
I'd love to have that huge fucking guy though on our team. That Fort Belvin.
That died.
Did he actually die though?
Yeah.
You
To
fought
the
him,
death.
fought him to the death.
Yeah, but fuck, I bring him over here. I'll bring him back. Fuck. He was fucking boss.
I love that that's the person.
Yeah, that's who.
That's the one.
Not your mother, not your friend's mother,
It's fucking the tough guy.
not your own mother.
What do you mean?
So,
You're just gonna use true resurrection on that guy.
Oh, I'm not really, but I'm saying like, I'm just thinking that guy, like, how could we have a huge tabaxi on our side?
so
Well, now you can have a whole tribe of sort of more roguish and spellcasting tabaxis.
I just never pictured a huge tabaxi before. It was ridiculous.
So-
always-
the Ronso
always
from
so
Final Fantasy X.
Lean and long, but like some guy, somehow he got big. How'd he do it? What is your secret?
Steroids.
Can't tell because Belvin killed him. Can't know his secret.
I mean, I'm sure they've now got a really buff tabaxi again to defend their tribe.
Yeah.
We'll just send Sandstorm up north for like a boot camp.
It'd be like Batman Begins, and I go up the mountain and control the time, like do massive training. Yeah, I've been through my training with Buddy Limbo. Sandstorm's been there, done that.
and with that, unless there is anything else you want to ask, it does dawn upon you that there is a questionnaire to be asked.
Who are you talking to?
What?
Wait, who?
To the group, there is some investigating to be done about the clan's brother here
Oh,
in Riverguard. Unless you want to do that later on, such as tomorrow, as it's getting late in the evening for you all. And it is prime drinking time.
Wait, I'm lost. What are we supposed to be doing?
We need
I'm
to
not
we
sure.
need to
The
talk
clans,
to
brother?
Jesse.
the dwarf.
Jesse Gallagher.
Oh,
Yeah.
right,
We
right.
have to talk to him about his clan that was in Succumber.
If it's late, we'll probably have to do that tomorrow.
Yeah, that's cool. So the night
Depends how long the conversation's gonna take.
depends how long the conversation's going to take. So eventually the feast is had in the Great Hall. You guys can munch on and wine and drink can flow as much as possible, and Claws on Strings plays some wonderful melodies. You hear strings and percussions, that of an entire band being played by this Tabaxi's one lute. As the night continues on, you can all go your separate ways. If you want to drink, you can drink. Just let me know. But you're going to have to make a Constitution save. There's someone
I'm just,
Uh,
I'm just gonna chill, talk strategy, over just cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
I'll probably have a few drinks with everybody.
Yeah.
I'm sure
And
everyone's
Cap will have some wine.
Where are you?
Not too much.
Belvin's pretty much going to say, to me, this is probably going to be one of the last few nights that I'll be able to sit down and sort of relax. I've got a few plans I need to take care of in the next coming weeks to get ourselves prepared.
I kind of forgot that things never stop.
Yes, unfortunately. That's why we tried to make the best of today as we could.
It was nice. Something I'd never really done, but it was very nice. But for now, I will drink my cares away and forget everything that has happened for the last 32 years, just for now.
All right. Well, cheers to that then. How many do we have then if you're trying to forget your 32 years?
I mean, you can make a Constitution saving throw.
I think McCaff hasn't had any alcohol in ages.
Oh yeah,
so
it's been 2 years. You haven't had a drop.
it's been, and she probably wasn't allowed to have much alcohol at the Brotherhood. So, sorry, what was it?
Constitution saving throw. Sandstorm, you can see as the great feast is going on as well. Melvin and McCaff are getting real into the wines. Casimir as well, sitting there watching. But they seem to be of hearty spirit as members of the keep and the community come and go, passing in between the feast and heading towards the heading towards the inn or heading to their designated rooms and such for rest. As the night continues on, then
Belvin's actually going to ask McCath, do you still have that bracelet I gave you last time you were here?
Oh, of course. And she'll reach into her pocket. I don't know when we're fighting, so it's kind of a surprise with you all. So I just keep it in my pocket.
That's
Yes.
fair. Would it be alright if I hold on to it for a little while? I've got a little something I'll need this for. I promise I'll give it right back to you.
It would be an interesting gift for you to give it and then take it away. But yes.
Trust me, I'll improve on it.
Well, I know where you live and know where you sleep if you don't give it back.
That is true.
Yeah.
Belvin will take it.
And she'll continue drinking.
Mm-hmm. Same.
so how long do you guys stay up drinking till? Midnight?
Is there anything on tomorrow?
Yes. Not specifically, but yes. Belvin will just keep going until McCath is going.
Okay, you can both make Constitution saving throws. Sandstorm and Casimir, what do you two want to
So
do?
Sandstorm's like, I'm gonna have a quiet night, and there's this book that I saw in the library. It was all in Draconic, so I want to make sure I'm up to scratch on my Draconic, because now I know it. I don't want to lose that, right?
Yeah, of course.
Title was 50 Shades of Red.
Yes,
A Story of Dragons.
a classic tale between the lovers of the Caluthan Vale. It is a masterpiece and a horrible, tragic tale of love, romance, and gore.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect. That's exactly what I thought it was going to be. Like, this would be a nice read. So I go to my study, put some candlelight on, have a cup of tea, and read my book.
And that
Kaz is just gonna read up on what he's got about sort of dimensional magic and that type of thing. He's got some ideas for his tower.
okay. Make me an Arcana check. You see Niffle and Haim in the in the open study, but they look like they've been not physically tearing through the books, but reading a large amount of volumes already.
We were going to have kobold for breakfast if they'd torn up my books.
But no, the two of them just look exhausted, and they've been taking their own notes. All in Draconic script.
They're all tuckered out.
They're all tuckered out. And on Arcana, yeah, you are using the cube as a basis for it. Larger on the larger on the inside principle. You can definitely figure out how to go across, creating a dimensional space in a larger space in a smaller area.
Got something to work with at least. It's going to require a lot of materials, I'm guessing.
There are some costs involved, but it's something that it's the majority of the materials needed easily sourced. You figure, even in this
Very good.
even in this time, it's just you need a lot more on a larger scale, so the cost is just going to be up. So, for Belvin, you do stay sober through the night. However, McCaff does get a little bit drunk, so you're going to be under the poisoned condition until morn. Belvin, make me a charisma saving throw.
$25.
25. You're sitting back, your claw around your ale mug as you're sipping on the latest concoction from the Dragon's Brew in a wonderful red wine. You take a sip, exhale out the ages. You feel like this is going to be a hit. This is going to be great. You're in good company. Your sword arm then becomes heavy. A weight is just being taken on. There is a sudden tinge of green, emerald green, that blurs around your peripherals. And your hearing then goes to the sense of as if you were underwater. You feel like you're sinking, you're heavy. The rest of your body is just... And you hear deep within you, first from your right, the claws on your right hand, then to the essence evolved into your left. Feed. Last thing you remember seeing is raising the black razor that's now in your right arm, connecting it to your left hand, rising it up, and making a slash towards McCaff as you attempt to feed Black Razor. I need you to make a Black Razor roll.
Ah!
But the thing is, I don't have it on me.
That's the thing, it's appeared in your hand.
Okay.
That's the whole it got heavy mention.
Ah.
The scary roars of Black Razor.
Squeaker, squeaker, squeak. Cash, does that hit?
Does a 16 hit?
No, it doesn't. Positive, it doesn't.
And
It doesn't.
in that drunk moment, McCaff, you roll on back and you're just tumbling down onto the ground as you see this large, curved, razored greatsword has slashed into the table, cutting your chair in two as well, digging in, and you see Belvin staring at you, his eyes that of a sickened green with a slight glow. You see that only belongs in the oldest, powerful, most ancient dragons. His mouth is drooling with the acidic bile that he's been holding back. As it hits the ground, it singes. Belvin groans.
Is there anyone else still in the?
At that point, Claws on Strings stops playing, like woof, and even Bag of Nails looks up from his little saucer that he's got on the table. The handmaiden who's been cleaning up after you then screams. "Ah!" Make another Black Razor attack there, Belvin.
Another 16.
Again, you scurry away, McCaff, kicking backwards before rolling back up onto your feet and pushing away as Belvin is coming towards you.
Am I able to cast a spell?
You certainly can. Let's roll
Yes,
initiative.
okay.
Sandstorm, you are awoken from your pleasant evening. Casimir, you are...
Just trying to chill out here, reading my book of
Just having a
Sex and
read.
Gore.
Oh, let's see. Where am
25, guys.
I?
What is going on in here? Who's having a thump in here?
Because you rolled
Someone's
against Kyle. He
someone's
must have
having
rolled
a thump.
amazing.
I'm trying to click my character.
I couldn't click the new tokens either.
That's correct, because I changed all their things for... just please hold. But if
Gonna say for once I'm trying to do it. It doesn't want to work.
I know. I mean, if you guys just want to have a bit of a role play right now, that's perfectly fine.
I put like a feather in for a bookmark, and I'm like, fuck, can't lose my spot. Put it down, and I walk out.
Mate, you're still on the table of contents. Don't lie to us.
Mate,
Okay, but I'm imagining it's like one of Gobble's feathers. It has like little beads on it. It's all pretty.
yeah, he
Yep.
did.
Like, don't make him break down now. We need him for combat.
I keep finding
He
his,
doesn't.
He's just like, goals! Ah!
I keep
I-
finding these feathers for the kids all the time. And I always collect them.
Yeah, I imagine Sandstorm isn't reading to make himself happy. He's reading because he's sad. He might as well just get more
I just want to
sad.
get away
That's
from
what Sam
the world
does
and
when he's sad. He reads.
read about
He reads.
bag of
Jesus.
sex and gore. You know, perfect combo.
So you should be able to click on yours now, McCaff.
Well, I can't. Oh,
Still no?
22.
I can click on Luke's, but not mine. Oh no, there we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do I have initiation even though we're not there? Like,
Initiation.
Initiation.
Initiation?
Initiation
Yeah, you
for
got
what?
initiation.
initiation? What?
Initiative.
Well, you heard a blood-curdling scream
Initiation.
from the Great Hall, so...
So we all
I'm
roll.
tired. What am I talking about?
13.
I'm ready to go always.
Even when you're dead.
I don't know. I haven't been dead before, so
Today
Tonight could be the night.
day.
Yeah.
fucking hell.
Think about it.
Aw. I think I've got a plan. I hope I have a plan. I'm scared.
Because maybe I was 13.
That's alright.
Are we going to kill him and then bring him back again?
He had no issues attacking Casimir, so I'm sure he'll be attacking Belvin.
I bet you Carl made the DC so high because I kept saving from every other time.
Actually, no, that wasn't a thing. It was a contested roll.
Yeah, because I heard Carl roll the dice.
He rolled higher than 25.
I haven't moved it since.
Rightio.
Yeah.
Might.
I mean, do you want to see it?
Nah, I believe you,
No,
but still.
I'll just finish it because it's. Where is it?
Well,
Oh, okay.
That hasn't moved.
Natural 20. What was the
Plus
total?
modifiers.
Total is 28. Actually, add the proficiency. Yeah, no. Belvin.
Got him.
Actually, Sandstorm.
yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
McCath is before me.
Yeah.
Okay. How far? Where am I?
So
You just heard a noise.
you're in the
downstairs.
bedroom.
I just have to go downstairs. So I'm
You hear
like,
people screaming.
I'm just like, so I do all these things really quickly, right? I put the feather in the perfect page of the book, put it down. I blow the candle out because I don't want fire hazards, okay? And then I always have my daggers in with me, always. And then that happens within like milliseconds. And then I sprint down. How do we do that trick again? What button was it? Oh, there we go. So that's about how far I have to go, 40 feet.
Yeah, so that will get you down to,
The next, where
basically
they are.
down to here on the map, where your desk is.
So I'm going to use. If I go 35 feet, my movement, will I be able to see this stuff, what's happening here?
Oh yeah, you'll be able to see this. You see, Belvin's rising his this great long dark black sword, as dark as the night sky,
What the hell
up
is this?
over his head. You haven't seen this blade before, but it is long, sharp, serrated, and curved.
I'm just like, what the? I just react to. I analyze what's going on around, and I'm just like, Belvin's obviously gone crazy, so I'm gonna.
Oh no, Belvin's going crazy.
He's going crazy. So,
Do we know that?
whoa, fucking, he's attacking us.
Yeah, you see McCaff is just,
He's attacking McCaff.
He's attacking McCaff, and you can hear.
It's
Like,
very
we're just coming in out of nowhere. We don't know what's happened.
Yeah, but I can see like this is unusual behavior by Belvin. We know Belvin long enough that this is unusual behavior. That's, you know what I mean? It's like
I
instinct.
mean, yeah, Sandstorm can kind of put that. Will be able to kind of put that.
Yeah,
together.
it's like
Especially considering the last.
you'll
Actually,
be able to do it too. Fucking hell, you're smart as fuck, mate.
Yeah, we don't know why he's attacking us.
especially
Yeah,
the
we're gonna
last.
stop this. We're just sort of like, he usually says something. He usually has reason. He never like fights.
Yeah, exactly. Like Belvin usually has a reason he does things, so we don't know.
Yeah, but he usually just
We
doesn't.
don't know he's out of his mind or whatever.
He usually talks first and then he does strike.
Sandstorm, what would you like to do?
I'm fucking going to use my chain glove to try to restrain him.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Ah.
Oh fucking hell! He's a tough boy. Or I miss.
So with a natural one,
Yeah.
you send the chain glove flying towards him. You see, with insane, unusual speed, he hasn't
Wow.
held before. You see his arm literally snap the chain inches from his head and then
Oh.
rip you down.
Oh my god.
As he pulls you down onto the table, you go crashing across all the drinks and food that's been laid upon it. You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as you go flying across.
What do you think now, Casimir? Fucking he's going great.
You can
I'm not
see,
even in the room yet. I can't
you, know,
tell.
yeah. You can see
Oh
that
my
his eyes have a his eyes are different. He has that sort of glowing emerald energy that kind of wisps around the side, and he's just drooling, more of a beast than person. Just acid, just.
Okay, and then that's it. Actually, I'm can I hide somehow?
You can attempt to hide, rolling off the table.
Oh shit! What
Just
is...
hide under the table. He'll never
Yeah,
expect
can
it.
I just hide on the table? If you allow that, where is my
So make a stealth check.
It's just that's right. Boom.
And with that, you meld with the shadows.
Yeah.
Bonus action hit, you are gone. So, McCath, your turn.
Now, just need to know how a spell works because it's very vaguely worded. Wall of Force. Would I be able to? It doesn't have any save throws or anything. Would I be able to meld that into like a dome or something to contain Belvin in, or does it have to be like a wall?
It's got it in the description. You can make a hemispherical dome or a sphere.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's like, I assume that means it's a hollow hemisphere. I
Yeah.
just don't know if it's a full.
So
You create one big solid hemisphere.
No. It's empty in the middle.
Okay. And yeah, since there isn't, would I be able to trap Belvin in that?
You absolutely can.
Yeah.
You go to cast the spell, activating the. Tell me how you do it.
It's just more going back. Like, there's no fanciness. There's a small sort of ritual circle that's always created, but it's nothing fancy, and she's just going to throw it at him while sort of scurrying away, like absolutely terrified.
Thank you so much for the sub. Welcome to the flight. Alright, so as the magic takes hold and swirls in around him, I'm just going to do a little thing real quick and ask a quick question. Please hold, stand by. So throw some dragons up there in chat for our good friend Tom. Thank you so much for joining us, especially at the very end. I'm sorry for going a little bit over. And I should have had this up before, but I didn't, so I'm just taking a little bit of time to get it done. But yes, creating a hemisphere, so he'd basically be trapped inside it.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Like a spider in a glass.
Like a spider in a glass. What level that's supposed to be?
I mean, I don't know if that one I don't know if that one needs to be cast at a higher level. She will cast it at a higher level if
Oh no, you don't need to cast it at a higher level.
whatever she needs to do to just contain him.
Okay. Brad, if you'll check your messages.
No.
And with that, the shimmering field of force whirls up and around and even forces Belvin down into a hunch as the girdle roars go that then muted out.
Yeah.
Belvin, your turn. You are under. Actually, it's not even your turn. You're under control.
Yeah, there's nothing that can get through that.
Well, he still gets his turn.
He still gets
Yes.
his turn.
He's just like stuck inside. That's all
Yeah.
it is. He can still like do whatever he wants
Yeah.
inside it.
Yeah, there's a lot to do inside this thing.
But it's invisible as well, so you can't even tell how big it is.
Well, it's causing the hunch. He's going to bring his sword across the try slash against it, and you see there's a spark of magic that goes flying up against the dome the dome ceiling and walls, the hemisphere ceilings and walls. So he cuts across it and he looks around and goes. Belvin then swirls in mist, misty stepping out of it
No.
behind McAff.
Wait, I don't think you can Misty Step out of
No,
it.
no spells can, nothing can physically pass through the wall. Immune to all damage and can't be dispelled, but...
Because
Mm,
Wall of Force blocks line of sight, technically.
mm.
For Misty Step, you need to be able to see where you're going.
Thank you. So with that, there is just sparks and slashes of magic going within. You can barely hear the muffled slashes going from within as Belvin slashes and roars mutedly through this barrier to no avail. As he's left there, just Casimir, you come down, you see that there is a hemispherical dome just placed on the ground and some destroyed tables. And there's a panicked McAff down below who's just scurried back away from the dome.
I'll look at McCaff and just be like, looking at her and Belvin and just back and forth, like, do you mind explaining what's going on? I can tell he's under control because I can cast Wall of Force too.
Yeah, and
So I know
McCaff's
what's
sort of
going on there.
concentrating on that. I don't know. We've been having a couple drinks, nothing substantial, and I don't know. I was in the middle of a conversation. I was saying something, and then suddenly his sword, which I don't even know how he got it, it came down, and then he tried to attack me again.
Have I seen that sword?
Is the sphere opaque? Is it
Yeah,
dome?
it's invisible.
Yeah, it's
Okay, so yeah, you could see, though the length is the same as his greatsword he had before, his black greatsword he's had before, it is of a much more vicious, wicked shape. Instead of the typical sword in the artwork, this is more of a large curved blade. Sort of like a wide katana in a sense, like a buster sword like shape, but more of a curve to the top.
Yeah.
And dark as night, dripping with acidic energy. You have no idea where this came from.
Well, can I put two and two together? This sword is like the odd thing out, and then Belvin's gone crazy. So like,
Oh yeah. Especially like we've been seeing that, you're just like, what? Okay.
we need to get that sword away from Belvin, I think. I don't know what it is, but it's clearly affecting him and making him go wild.
Arifatis mentioned, was talking to something inside Belvin. Mentioned Would McCaff have recognized the dragon? Because she mentioned dragon by name, didn't?
Mentioned dragon by name, yes, Black Razor.
Would Black Razor? Would McCaff know of a dragon named Black Razor?
No.
Okay. She'll ask Casimir. Are you aware of?
Where'd he go?
And he's just leaning over. Are you aware of
Camouflage.
any dragons named Black Razor?
And yeah. So, how much did we know about Belvin before? Like, with his relationship with Black Razor? Like,
Well-
he had the shield.
He had the shield, which is made of Black Razor. He then joined the shield with the aspect of Tiamat, the Black Dragon Helm, to become Black Razor Belvin, the more draconic, demonic, draconic form of between Belvin and Dragonborn Belvin, essentially. And it's definitely influenced his genome as the resurrection, the reincarnation leaned heavily towards that of what's now become a part of him, as a deep within his soul.
Well, it's a long story, but yes, they are linked in a sense.
Well,
And would you think this? You think the sword and Black Razor are linked?
I think Belvin and Black Razor are linked soul-wise. From the way Ariphates was talking to him, the way that she described him. Has Belvin done anything weirdly draconic before? Something very unusual, something unlike Belvin to do?
When he had the Black Dragon Helm, yes.
What happened then?
I mean, I think we should handle Belvin first, and then we can discuss the details. We don't have all day on the spell, you understand?
I know, but he will attack anyone. I just wanna... What are we gonna do once I let go of this?
Well, we need to disarm him.
If
So is anyone else in the room?
Sandstorm is...
Sandstorm's
Is it just Sandstorm?
Bag of Nails, however, is unarmed, so he's backed up. Claws on
Okay.
Strings has his loot, so he's backed up. The Maiden has run off in the last 6 seconds that just passed. Well, 2 minutes that just passed. Claws on Strings is running out and saying, "I'll go grab the guards."
Yeah. Grab I'll yell at, like, to grab chains. Anything that we can use to restrain him, basically.
Okay, so real quick, it only takes a couple of minutes for Nico, George, Aranis, and James to rock up as they come on through, seeing Belvin still slashing at the dome force around him.
Yeah. Yeah, McCaff will hold it for as long as she can, which is the full 10 minutes.
So what's the plan? What are we going to be doing? As the spell begins to fade after 10 minutes, the preparations are complete, chains are arrived.
Does Sandstorm still have his chain glove?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
He just chucked me around with it, bastard.
He whipped you.
Yeah.
That was really cool. So
Like, that's a lot of dexterity, like, just like catch it midair, the bastard.
seemed pretty fast to do that. So, as the wall of forces...
Can I-
Hmm?
I'm gonna cast animate objects on as many chains as there are, basically, or as many as I can.
Yep.
And then, yeah, like when the wall of force drops, just get everyone to try and chain him up, basically.
Okay, so they'll create. They're considered. I'm going to consider them tiny.
Oh, okay.
In a sense,
So
yeah. Well, actually, make it small. They're small.
small. Okay, so I can get. I think 10 still.
Okay, so making those rolls.
Yep, 10.
As the barrier. As soon as the barrier drops, I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw. As Belvin roars.
Before or after the.
Same time. As basically like an aura effect as it's going up. So it's you two, Sandstorm.
My turn now.
No, you all have to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh, okay.
Hey, a lot of these today.
So
My team.
all those
Oh, yeah.
all those
right.
rolls are plus 6.
So if there are any that get to 22, it will hit.
Nah, it'd be 17. I'm not wearing armor.
No, that's true. Alright.
So 5 of them would hit him.
Out of 5 of the 10 chains begin to wrap around Belvin. You see the ferocity in his head, in his eyes, as the sword is then swung around, just being halted as the blade is just centimeters from your eyes, Casimir. As you then step on back, you are frightened. McCaff, seeing this as well, you were frightened. Sandstorm, you are not. What would you like to do?
So what exactly are you doing, Casimir? Right now?
Belvin,
Restraining him.
Belvin has been restrained, and he's basically his arms are tied up. One chain's around his neck, one's around his wrists. He's got chains around his limbs as well.
Yeah.
So 5 are around him.
I might add.
I just call out the sandstorm, like get the sword out of his hands.
And then I don't want to touch it in case, so I use my chain to chain it around, get a nice grip on it, and then just pull it out of his grasp.
Okay, make a.
Get the other guys to help you out too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you get
Do
this
a tug of war.
advantage.
Tug of war!
Tug of war. So roll this advantage. Rip that sword right out of his hands with advantage with the chain glove.
Did
Wait,
all the guards
roll?
that popped in save against the fear too then?
Well, that's the thing. They're going to be rolling right now. So we got.
Get out of this, Brad. Come on.
They can still pull though, even if they're.
They can't get close to me if they're scared.
What's
But
your,
they're already close because they're ready to like grab him.
what's your DC?
It's 15.
15. So nope, and nope. As quick as they come in, they're ready to piss bolt out. They are taking the more defensive stance at this point. But Sandstorm,
Fucking useless.
it's all on you.
Okay, what roll am I doing?
Chain the glove, please.
Okay.
At advantage.
I can do inspiration if that's not enough.
You can do inspiration because I did give it to you before. Again.
I'm using inspiration. Is that not enough?
Nope.
Nope.
Does inspiration do both? Or just one? How does that work? When it's
It's basically just a reroll.
Just the
one roll. Okay.
yeah, just the one die.
Here goes nothing. Yeah.
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 Wraps down around the length of the sword, becoming tight, grappling in. You can make a contested you can make contested check against Belvin's athletics. But Belvin's athletics is going to be at disadvantage. So you can either use your dexterity for this, or
Do I use athletics against him?
you can use
We'll do an athletics versus athletics battle.
okay.
Oh.
But because he is restrained, you technically have advantage on it.
Oh, fantastic. Did you have advantage or your disadvantage?
I had
Disadvantage.
disadvantage.
So I have
restrained.
advantage on my
Luckily.
athletics. Yeah.
Nice.
And with
Yeah,
that,
you're lucky I had disadvantage.
Oh, so close though.
with that, the sword is ripped through the air as it goes along the snake-like chain, flying for a moment. It glistens in the firelight as Belvin's growling and roaring comes to a sudden, begins to die down. Does anybody like to do anything at this present time while the sword's in the air?
I'm gonna get Nightcrest to grab it and go hide it.
How did he get
How
in
was
here?
it in here?
Yeah.
What? No, I threw it out,
Inside.
pull back, and then it flies out the door. Look where I'm standing.
On the table.
Yeah, like if you pull it and then the backlash, it goes flying
Yeah.
out the window.
Right.
I'm gonna send them
Okay.
right at the guards.
Flying
Whipping,
past them.
yeah, whipping it through the door. And in
What do you
that,
mean?
alright, in that split second, flying down from above is
I have complete
Why
control.
do we want to get rid of it? We need to like.
Because we don't want to
Keep
be
it
anywhere near it,
safe.
because obviously he's making it crazy.
Yeah, but where'd he get it in the first place?
I don't fucking know. It's not
Exactly, we don't know. So keep it. We need to
But we
investigate.
are keeping. Nightcrest is part of our group. What do you mean? He's part of me.
You said take it away. Where's he going to take it? What if he goes crazy?
Can't go crazy. That means I go crazy.
Nightcrest just has
Don't
a
take it
sword
away.
in her mouth.
Take it away as in take it out of this fucking room. What do you mean? Like,
What if he goes crazy though?
we'll find out.
Nightcrest then disappears with the sword in mouth, flying into the air.
Not in mouth, with the
In claws, in talons, holding onto the hilt and handle. As a couple of moments that pass, Belvin's calming down, and you see as he's restrained, the resistance lessens and lessens and lessens until the drooling and growling stops, and the eyes shift from his currently glowing emerald to now the soft matte green from before. Panting, confused, looking around. That's where we'll end our session.
Ah.
Yeah.
I warned you.
Well, I mean, I didn't have the sword on me, so
No,
you can't blame me for that.
No, you can't.
Yeah, but can he just summon it now? Can he just...
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah. We need to keep the sword in a wall of force.
Yep.
You can take it to that fucking spirit world, wherever the
So
fuck.
it's like a fucking boomerang sword, basically. He's just like, lol, I'm just gonna call it back.
Bam.
Thor's hammer, fucking bastard.
Maybe the solution is to get Black Razor's soul out of Belvin.
We're gonna.
I think the only solution is to kill Belvin.
Can I just kill him and bring you back to resurrection?
We need a priest.
All our solutions are just, let's kill him.
Well, once a year I can do that, so might as well.
I mean,
This seems like a good time
I'm
more
guessing
than
that's an
anything.
option.
It is an option, but it doesn't feel like good storyline. It feels like very gamey. It's like,
Feels very cheap.
Yeah.
Anyway, friends, foes, and familiars, I am Dragons and Cats. This was our wonderful gang tonight. Thank you so much, Tom, for the host and the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you. Thank you so much, Grim, for the follow. Commanders, thank you for the follow as well. I really do appreciate it. And thank you so much to everyone sticking in with us tonight, especially to you, Dusk. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm Dragons and Cats. You can find me on Tall Squall's channel this weekend for The Vice at 5 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time or 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Woohoo! You can also catch me on Monday nights for Underachievers D&D, where we are episode 15 and everything is going well. They had a victory, but then they lost something. Oh well.
What did you do to my girlfriend? I saw Scarlet Moth freaking out. What did you do to see her?
I took away her memory.
That's my wife.
Well, technically, she traded it.
I know, and now I'm like, oh shit, Ophelia was gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
God, imagine if Ophelia lost the memories of everything she'd ever known.
Oh, it would have been very nice. Anyway, until then, friends, foes, and familiars, also go check out our Discord and our Twitters down below. And we will be back same time next week for Dragon's Brew D&D. Until then, friends, foes, and familiars,
Wait, I want to say something.
please do.
Because no one seems to acknowledge. You can find Mr. Joygasm on his channel. Yeah, you dick. Who streams and does very fun community streams every Tuesday night. And I'm not sure if he has a fixed schedule. It just tends to be.
I do every Tuesday night, and then other days during the week whenever I get time.
Yeah, I know Tuesday's like the fixed night, but it's whenever he feels like it.
Yeah,
And
if you see me go live, come join in the fun.
Exactly.
you're doing some really cool, a lot more stuff with sort of community and everyone.
We really like seeing it too. Good.
Yes.
Well,
So yeah.
until then, if you check out Joygasm, he's a great sort. Friends, foes, and familiars, a real good Zist dice. Keep rolling 20s. We're out. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.